Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Game 3 of this Thailand Finals for the MPGL Season 6 SEA Qualifier. I'm Zyori. With me is K-Pop-Tosis. We've got MITH and iDeal. That's it. iDeal, the Gigabyte. Their name keeps throwing me off, man. It's
Gigabyte.
different. Yeah, Giga something. So this is Game 3. This is the big kahuna. You know, every game today, every series has gone to Game 3 today.
You're so excited about that, too, aren't you?
Sort of. It's almost 3 a.m. here on Red Bull number 2. I don't know how many coffees. I don't know.
You got this. You can rest
I
up
got this. Yeah, you know.
Gods is going to be here the next day, so you can rest up and get ready for that.
You can be like, Gods, get in
Help.
here. Get in here now.
Help.
This is, help me, Gods, please. Please, I'm excited for Gods to come back. It's going to be fun. Getting Australian in the mix.
And iDeal getting that life stealer again.
Yeah. Now, what's really interesting here, Invoker made it through.
Invoker did make it through.
Invoker's been first or second banned, I think, every single game I've casted today.
Good hero.
I can't speak to the first game in this series because we didn't cast it, but yeah, Invoker's been banned out. Instead, they'll ban out OD and they get themselves the Invoker.
You know, when I was interviewed by Team Liquid about the 6.8 patch changes, they asked me, what do you think is different? And I was like, oh, Invoker, I think got nerfed back to Oblivion again because, you know, they got rid of the Forge Spirits. I did not know. Well, I was like, well, okay, I was like, Quas Exort Invoker, like, you can't lane anymore because his Forge Spirits are so nerfed. I did not see Quas Exort being, or Quas Wex being so strong. It's ridiculously strong.
I mean, I can empathize with you. I sort of felt the same way. I was like, all right, cool. Now Invoker's not going to be like, you know, there was a while like Hani was doing like solo safe lane Invoker with Cold Snap, Forge Spirits.
Forge Spirits were so good.
Dude, he's winning like 1v2s. You know, you're just like, all right, that's not happening anymore. Invoker's kind of just overlook. I mean, they did buff the Tornado and EMP a little bit in this patch as well.
The EMP mana steal is very good.
So they were minor nerfs, but it's just like it was one of those things where I feel like on paper it didn't translate as well. So then you see it in game, you're just like, holy shit, it's almost impossible to dodge EMP now.
Right.
Holy crap! If he catches a couple of them with EMP, they can't fight. Holy crap! Invoker's really good. Like you don't realize how good it is until you actually see it.
Right.
That said, though, I'm surprised when people are doing Invoker Exort because people are still doing it, and MITH might actually run Exort Invoker here.
I talked about it not being as laneable anymore, and it's harder to lane, but it's still definitely viable.
It's possible.
Forge Spirits just aren't as good as they used to.
I would not put it in dumpster tier.
No, it's not dumpster tier.
Yeah, Forge Spirits still aren't that bad. They're just not imba like they used to be.
When you have the choice between something that is like Invoker is tier 1. Like, he is the most picked and banned hero of the last month.
Absolutely.
So he is the top. He's KL tier.
Dude, he's KL tier, dude.
He's KL tier right now. But that's with Quas Wex. I actually want to run the numbers and see how often. Actually, I don't know if I can run all the numbers right now because there's been so many Invoker games. About what percentage has been Quas Wex?
Can you see
I'm gonna say at least 70%. You can look at skill builds, but it's hard with Invoker to like do a look at it overall.
He's a tricky biscuit.
But when you have such an amazing type of build in Quas Wex, it's even if Quas Exort isn't bad per se, it's kind of like, why would you ever choose something that's okay over something that is one of the strongest things in the game right now?
Yeah, I don't really have a good reason for you. I mean, the Forge Spirits are okay for pushing. Sunstrike is okay for global strats, but I genuinely agree with you with my friend. I think Quas Wex is just better. It's just straight better. That tempo controller, to borrow a term from LD, dude, in the mid game, he's all over the place. He's throwing tornadoes, throwing EMPs. What do you do? How do you stop it? That's my big thing. You know,
have to gank him a lot early.
And you have to try and dodge the tornadoes.
And they have 2 very good roaming supports right now. An Excess and Ribic could be an Excess and offlane who can rotate relatively early. Not as early as they maybe want for the Invoker. Puck is going to do relatively well against the Invoker in lane, so they can maybe shut him down.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what a roaming combo, though.
Bane sinking?
That Atropo sinking.
Yeah.
It's good.
It is good. I like Bane.
Sinking's one of the better roamers in the game, as is Bane. He can just
Sinking's okay. I have mixed feelings about him.
He's a really good roamer.
He is. I feel like, I don't know. I can't. I remember when Burrow Strike didn't have the scaling range, so I just think like now every time I see Sanking try and stun somebody at like level 1, 2, or 3, I'm like, you know, man, you should probably just go farm and not bother because you're not. He seems lackluster early on, but he's still really good. People can still make big plays with him. You can still disjoint stuff with Burrow Strike. He's still a good hero. And Epicenter is still a game-changing ultimate. It's pretty impressive.
Looking at the raw numbers, it looks like approximately 75% of invokers have been Qualifiers this month.
I think that makes sense. That sounds about fair.
Because about what I'm basing off is like 20 to 25% of the time invokers are leveling Exhort at levels 5 and 6, which you never do on it. You never do on a Wex Invoker.
5 seconds.
Sometimes you'll get that early Exhort, like even if you're going Quas Wex, you'll get that early Exhort point just so you can last it better in lane, but you'll leave it at that value point.
Yeah,
and
so that's not even that common. Some people do it,
but it's really rare that you're going to be picking up a second point in Exhort any time before level 8 or 9. So
yeah, and that makes sense. And for some people, it's just old habits die hard. You know, they're used to Sunstrike and Forge Spirit Invoker, and the point is still that it's viable. It's just
with a
not broken.
Bane, we might see Exhort just because of the strength of the setup with both Fiend's Grip and Nightmare into Sunstrike.
That's very true.
You can be Quas Wex and Sunstrike. It's just harder to nail those kills down, but it's doable, especially with that early point in Exhort.
This Razor pick, though, this one's throwing me for a loop. I don't know what the mindset is behind this. I mean, I guess
it's a Lifestealer counter.
He's good against Lifestealer, I guess,
counter.
but
that's the reason.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna want to push a little earlier, more of a mid-game lineup.
Yeah,
and Razor can push if you. Well, I guess you have to go Ags, but Ags is not terrible on Razor.
Yeah, no, Ags on Razor is good. I like it.
We'll probably see more.
It's better than that Sang and Yang I know you're thinking about right now.
Yeah. No. I mean, I like race car Razor. But
what's race car Razor? Sanj Yasha, phase boots.
You usually can just get a Yasha.
Drums.
You get drums of phase, and then you can build anything else. But
Yasha drums phase.
I bet you'll see drum
race
phase.
Car
I
Razor.
don't know about Yasha, but you'll probably see drum phase. Just to keep up with the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Because the Lifestealer's probably going to go race car himself. You always see that. You always see at least phase. Yeah. At least. He didn't go drums last game because he went for that early Deso, and it paid off because they fought.
Razor's just an interesting hero right now. I don't think he's particularly weak, but I don't think he's particularly strong either. He is okay against Lifestealer. I wouldn't call him a hard counter though. I think he does well against Lifestealer. He has some tools that help to deal with Nakes, but definitely not a counter. Sort of like how I've heard some people say Ancient Apparition is a counter to Slark, and it's like, well,
can be.
Sort of. He's not a hard counter though. It's not like you pick Slark. It's like instant pick AA. It's not like Razor into OD or something. It's, you know, he just has some tools that Slark doesn't particularly like to play with.
Right.
So
it makes life hard for him. And
yeah.
That's what Razor's going to do for Lifestealer. He's just going to make life hard.
It's kind of like if you have one of those box of Crayola crayons with like 120 colors, and you take out like the 10 good colors that everybody wants to use.
It's like, man, I got to color this and
take out Tickle Me Pink. What are you going to do?
Exactly. And the Clockwork pick standard.
Yeah, pretty standard. I like this draft from iDeal. A very straightforward draft, and I like that they have both Puck and Clockwork, two great delivery vehicles for the Lifestealer.
So many space creators in this lineup, too.
Great off-laner, great mid-hero, two really powerful supports. Just a well-rounded draft. All their heroes are...
That's good.
And I also really like Rubik against Bane.
Blur Assassin.
So, TA, the classic hard counter to Puck. And now we're talking about hard counters. TA and Puck mid lane. TA can have kind of a field day.
Can't, yes, because Puck doesn't really have a good way to burn refraction charges.
And the side blades are pretty dirty as well.
It is. So we're probably going to be seeing, I don't know, obviously Invoker's going to be in probably solo safe. Was Heart-Z
probably.
Was Heart-Z playing off lane? They might be going for an aggressive tri-lane with the Templar Assassin and putting the Invoker mid still.
It's possible.
Off lane, like solo off. Solo safe, Lakells.
It's hard to gauge how they want to.
I can't remember what Heart-Z was playing for them last game, actually.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Unfortunately. Well, while we're paused.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to gauge, though, because they have a lot of options. I think TA, they're going to try to match TA up against Puck. I think there's no way that they would pick a TA like that and then say, oh, well, now let's just do an aggressive tri-lane and let Invoker have fun with Puck, you know?
I'm just laughing at the, wait, I toilet.
Yeah.
Anyway, move on. It's too late. This type of toilet humor is...
Oh, God. So, yeah.
I think the idea, yes, is like AABBAA is their mid player.
Yeah, that's true also. So it will be Invoker mid at... Whoa, you're right.
So it's that's what I was thinking, because Heart-Z I thought was their offlaner, and he is their offlaner. So I've seen solo offlane Templar Assassin.
I have the wrong overlay. Look at that. Good thing it was paused.
There you
Jesus, it's getting late, guys. Man. I don't know. Do they really want to aggro try here? If they want to try lane, it is Lakells on the Razor, so it will be a one-position Razor.
Yeah. See, the Razor would be okay if it's a solo Nyx. He can win that matchup against solo Nyx, but if it's solo Razor with the two supports that they have, he wouldn't ever be able to get close to the Nikes. So this is going to be very interesting because both of these teams are going to be wanting to try to avoid each other's lanes.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be moving things around to try to avoid each other's tri-lanes.
Yeah.
So it's basically who guesses correctly.
Yeah.
Because they're probably gonna try to want to have this Templar Assassin matched up against the Puck, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. They want to have this Razor obviously matched up against the Lifestealer. That might not happen. With a Lifestealer, you can go aggressive. You don't see a whole lot of solo safe clockworks, but it's doable.
It's totally doable. I think it's. I mean, it's more than doable. They
so
have
if they're trying to avoid the Razor, it's something they could do.
Yeah, I don't think that iDeal want to aggressive tri-lane in the sense that like they want to try and meet the defensive tri-lane, but right. I think they have no. If that's like, I'm not articulating here, but Clockwork can go solo safe lane, and even if they get matched up against the tri-lane, they don't have a bad tri-lane. No. It's double melee, so it's not ideal, but I mean, Rubik Nix, that's a lot of CC, and I mean, Lifestealer, he does some damage as well.
Looks like TA is going to be going mid. She's going for the. She's got pull 2 tangos. She's going to be going for the bottle rush. We're going to see AABBAA go solo safe. And they're going to be having an aggressive trial.
And I was going to...
Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe Templar's going bot.
Oh, woohoo. I was going to bring it up, though, a point worth mentioning that...
for the ward.
Like we've seen earlier today, some of these Southeast Asian teams, it seems like just SEA in general, based on the casting I've done in this tournament, their roles aren't as rigid.
No.
Like, I've seen a lot more players, like he's mid, and the next game he plays solo safe lane or what have you, and that's just not something we see as much in the like, kind of EU CIS scene.
They keep going. I don't know if they're going to keep going across the river now. I think AABA is in a safe spot here. Look at him hiding. He's tucking himself in this corner over here.
Oh yeah.
The Invoker is.
Oh yeah. Look, he's scared. The Invoker, man, he is one handsome man.
I don't think they're going to catch him out. No. Nope.
One handsome
so both
dude.
teams going for the full rotate through, and that ward. Oh, he's even hiding from the ward there. Is that really? Can they really not see him there?
Wow, they can't. Look at the fog. That's crafty.
Wow, nice.
That's crazy. That's madness. He throws down a ward of his own, but
that's
a nice little spot right there. I'm going to remember that. That little, it's all about this tree right here, this little guy.
Exactly.
All about that little guy right there.
He was hidden from the early movement, and he was able to put a ward down.
Well done. Well done, AABBA.
Which is super important. If you're playing Invoker solo safe lane, and the solo safe lane is not nearly as safe as it used to be.
Yeah, that's actually
because the creep wave is going to be so far out. Like, he's having to get tried. He isn't going to get a very good block off, but the block is so important.
Yeah. So, all right, let's see how these lanes will settle down. I'll introduce the Dire side this time. We got MITH. We've got AABBAA on the solo safe lane Invoker here up top. In mid, it will be KYT Heart Z playing on the solo mid Templar Assassin, who will be matched up against the Puck. That means down bottom there will be an aggressive tri-lane. Lekels playing on the position 1 Razor. TNK playing on the support Bane Elemental. And Boombell, well, he's on Sand King. He did start out down bottom, but since it is just a solo Clockwork here, it looks like he may make a rotation.
Right, and for iDeal in the top lane, we have the Nyx Assassin. Ninajung. Behind him there, we have the Lifestealer, going to be played by Moru. Played an amazing Lifestealer game last match. See if he can continue that streak of dominance.
22-0-7, something like that.
It was decent.
Pretty darn good.
It was okay. Behind him again, we have the Rubik being played by I7X. Mid lane, we've got the Puck on Thaw, or Thaw on Puck. And up the bottom lane, playing the solo safe Clockwork, we have Min. I think that iDeal won this kind of shuffle of lanes. They both went aggressive, trying to mess up each other's safe lane, and they're going to mess up nobody's safe lane.
Yeah.
And I think this Lifestealer aggressive try, and they're already going to see a little... Nyx is going to run into the Invoker here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. AABBAA, you're in some trouble. Impale, Telekinesis back.
I don't think they have enough damage to finish it up, though.
No, level 1. If Lifestealer was here with open wounds, they might have been able to do it. He did actually skill open wounds as well, but... No, he'll just farm now. Oh, they're going to go back. Oh, no.
Oh, wonderful bait from AABBA.
And he falls to the creeps as well. This hasted Sand King doing some work. He's looking to continue the pursuit. He wants this Rubik.
Got another barrel strike.
And, oh, there's the telekinesis. Oh, the creeps path block him. How unfortunate. Still very nicely done. They get the first blood, and actually Invoker almost dies to the creeps. Close call, but he gets to use his south.
He's got that quass.
Yeah, he got that quass. He's in good shape. Yeah, he's golden. Look at this guy. Yeah, all right.
It's good. The Sand King is going to have to stay up here because this Invoker would be really sad against this this tri-lane.
IRL sad boy.
All right. And Razor is one of those heroes that can kind of maybe kill a Clockwork relatively early. Just if you can get a good static link off. Like, it's a Clockwork, if he cogs and tries to run away, he's kind of like standing in static link for a little bit longer.
Yep.
Obviously, Razor's going to have a hard time getting through that. But if we get a good setup from Bane, you get a Nightmare off. You get that static link going for a really long time.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't proc the Nightmare onto Razor.
Sure
so
doesn't.
there's a good setup there.
Yep.
It's not too often we see this duo together. It's almost always Bane Mirana, but Bane Razor has some synergy as well.
It does, especially with the Invoker, like we talked about with the Sunstrikes coming out. Since it's solo safe lane, I would actually be kind of surprised if he went Quaswex. He also started off with the Blade of Attack, which is more common on the Exhorts.
Yeah, but if you're going to go Exhort, isn't it semi-uncommon to start Quas?
Well, if you're solo safe, you're
Yeah,
expecting to have
you
a
need
little
the cold
more.
snap.
Well, he might have. I didn't pay attention, but he might have been saving a point to see what he was going up against in lane.
Yeah, I didn't look either, actually. I wasn't.
You want the extra strength, you want the extra health regen, especially since he got engaged upon before the match even really got started. So
yeah.
We'll see. It could be either. I mean, you still want phase boots on Quaswex most of the time. So
yeah, and starting that Blade of Attack really helps, especially if you are going to go Quas. It's like you almost need the damage to have lane presence.
Right.
Because you just hit like a wet noodle. You're just all loosey goosey.
Right.
Can't hit anybody with a noodle.
And our Sand King's having some net problems.
Come on, Sand King, we need you, buddy. We're a team here. All 10 of us. We need you. Come on, pal. Oh, what time is it? Almost 3. It's only 3. It's not bad.
We still have two more best of 3s.
One more best of 3. There's somebody else.
Oh, good.
David found somebody.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who it is, though. I hope he has it lined up because I don't even know what the guy's name is.
All right.
Someone, though. Someone's taking the reins before I keel over. But, and actually, I'm going to mess up the math here. I think the next best of 3 is scheduled to start in 2 minutes, and they might actually just start
Start without us.
So that wasn't
like
what they did last time. Yeah, and then we got into game 2 just because, like, the second series, they did the first 2 games of that. The second best of 3, those 2 games took 3 hours.
All right.
So we're basically an hour behind, which is on point. And also, every game has gone to game 3, so we've had no buffer of, like, a short series. And there haven't really been any short games either.
No, there haven't.
There haven't been any, like, pushing strats. There haven't been any, like...
They've all been best of 3s.
I think every game has gone at least 30 minutes in game timer, so...
Just surprising for C-Dota. C-Dota, he's normally a very aggressive Dota.
It is, but it makes a little bit of sense because each of these are individual finals. You know, this isn't like one straight tournament. Each of these teams are fighting the finals for their region.
So they don't want to be conservative. They don't want to lose games.
It's basically 5 grand finals rather than an actual tournament, which makes a little more sense for the play style. It makes more sense that there's more game 3s than there would be if it was actually like a bracketed tournament.
Right.
So kind of cool. It's you know, fun. All in good fun here. Let's see in the mid lane. Is TA living up to a reputation? And actually, no, it's dead even. TA 9-7 versus the 9-5 Puck. So this is a victory for the Puck here. Really doing a good job.
It takes a little bit more for the TA to fully come on. Like it takes. Well, no, by 3 minutes, you should be doing a lot better at this. And it is going to be Quaswex.
Ah, interesting.
Get a
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Either or works.
Yeah.
With the Bane, I like to see a lot of
see, like Quaswex, if there's that point in Exort, it's like, well, it's still hard to say he could just go Quaswex with value point.
Level 2 point.
If you're going Exort, there's no way you hit that value point in Wex. That's not happening.
That doesn't happen.
Yep. Quaswex, we will see Tornado EMPs. I'm a little bit excited about that.
Yeah.
I like tornadoes.
It works good against the Puck.
Tornadoes.
It's good against the Puck. It's good against the Clockwork. It's the best thing. It sets up well for Sunstrikes with the Bane, but against the other team's lineup, I think Quaswex is much better.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. Like, yeah, you can do that stuff with Sunstrike, but it's just sort of pales.
Being able to shut down the Puck completely, not completely, but pretty well, is more important.
Yep.
And I really like the movement out of the supports here. Boom Bell is just, he's here, he's pulling, he's just trying to keep his Invoker safe.
Yeah.
They realize that they kind of lost out on the shuffle of lanes, but instead of wasting a lot of time, putting the Razor back top, you know, running the supports around, instead they're just going to send him top.
They're kind of like a dog with 3 legs. You know, a dog gets his leg cut off. He doesn't just lay around and say, oh, man, now I got 3 legs. He just gets up and he gets back on that horse, you know. He's chasing the Frisbee. He's catching ducks.
That's true.
It's
I had a
really
3-legged dog growing up.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always wanted one, but I never had one.
Why did you want a 3-legged
Well,
dog?
I didn't want to take a dog and cut its leg off, but I always thought it would be cool to have a dog with 3 legs, since everybody looks at you. It's like, oh, again, your dog has 3 legs. What happened? And that's like that's a starter, man. That's an opener for a date right there. Oh, what happened to your dog?
You're
what
the
happened to his leg?
You're the guy that goes in the park with puppies to catch.
I mean, I've always had dogs, so yeah, it doesn't work as well as you would think. But 3-legged dog works much better. Just
okay.
Just
I'll keep that in mind.
Uh-oh, Invoker, he's in some trouble. They're going to dive this tower. Mana burn to start things off. He's
TP support.
The
tornado.
Nice tornado. In comes the Bane. They're going to turn it around on the Rubik. Well played by AABBAA. Now
they're going to get another kill.
Can they get another one? Oh, yes, they can. That's a 2-for-0.
Wonderful.
Well played by MITH right there.
Great movement from their supports here.
Yeah, it really was. Great reaction from Bane. Also, that tornado. That if he had missed that tornado, would have been a much different story.
Right.
So, well, now Invoker, he's in good shape. He's got his phase boots up, and he is level 5. Let's see how is he on the net worth chart. He's tangoing with the top, about 2.2k, nipping at the heels of that Lifestealer. And this is a 1v3, mind you.
Razor going on the Clockwork static link, but it's not going to be. He's not going to dive. I'm interested to see what he's going to build here with the Ring of Regen and the Ring of Prot. Normally, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Bazzi, but he didn't go for the Bazzi. Instead, picked up the Ring of Regen. Maybe it's just casual for the lane. I don't really know.
Well, I forgot how to make a data list, so you know, I'm probably not the best person to ask right now. Yeah, it is strange though. Maybe he just wanted to get the Basilius and then just decided, you know, maybe I don't really need it here. We're just farming.
He's up against a Clockwork, so it's not crazy to think he would get a 4-staff.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point.
It's not crazy. It's also not crazy that he would try to pick up something like I mean, Razor builds tanky, so maybe, but a hood this early is kind of silly.
Uh-oh, in the mid lane, Puck will get Dream Coiled. Why did I say Puck? TA gets Dream Coiled. Bane ports in. Illusory Orb does some damage, but that's it. Nice heads-up play from the TA there just to break the coil right away.
Yeah, because he knew he had support coming. This support movement has been...
And he had Refraction up as well. So just well played all around. MITH, man. They're here in Game 3. They're here to win.
They're not even having to do anything besides react.
Yeah.
They're not having to make things happen. They're letting things come to them and then reacting to them. So, like, they're not having to rotate around and try to get kills on the Lifestealer and the Nyx, because they know they can't do it. They know they can't kill this Lifestealer. They probably can't kill the Nyx, like, out in lane. So instead, they're keeping support. They're keeping TPs on their supports. And anytime they try to dive, they go on them. Yeah. Get some, that's how they picked up all of their kills so far.
Yeah, you're right. And that top lane, as we saw, now Clockwork's in some trouble. Burrow Strike to start it off. There's the static link. Razor ulti as well. They didn't even need Bane. TNK was like, oh, guys, I didn't even get experience for that. Come on. Meanwhile, up top, Invoker gets a kill on Lifestealer as they dive the tower, and he might be able to grab Nyx as well.
I can't believe he got that kill on
Nyx will use the salve. I didn't catch it.
Well, there's another fight going on, so I understand, but I can't believe he even got the fight. Not enough mana for anything. He might turn around and try to do something here. He's got Cold Snap ready. He's not going to do it.
Yeah,
that would have been a little too much. Rubik and the Lifestealer were coming back in. He would have paid for his life for that.
Yeah.
He may still if they decide to go up on him. Scouted with a rocket. I don't think they're going to go, though.
Just a disclaimer, K-Pop-tosis does not actually like K-pop. I'm just saying, guys.
Oh, yeah, it's a pun.
It's not an adage for Korean pop music. Just throw that out there.
That's cool.
Saw someone in chat say, what's his ethnicity? Well, I'm just curious because I see that he really likes K-pop.
I don't actually.
Oh, God.
Clockwork. Bot.
He's in some trouble. He's going to get put in the Nightmare, but Nyx will port in. Nyx is only level 3, but he connects with a stun. Now Bane. Those cogs, man, they put Bane in an awkward position, but he will just scoot away. Look at this. Now TA down, joining the mix as well. Again, awkward positioning here, but TA does have an illusion rune that can tank the towers, and everyone will survive. I think Bane got a small stroke of luck there. Do you see how those cogs like pushed him into the tower?
They're going to go on the Puck here.
Oh, Puck just walks right into it. Oh no, that tree line! Did you see that setup? That was a Yu-Gi-Oh style trap card.
They pinged it out. They knew he was walking down.
They knew he was right. Oh yeah, I was like TA's like here. They're sitting here, and or not TA, Puck, and then Puck's just like no, Jesus. That was just that was one of those like where Puck like just didn't know they were right there because they actually bumped units, like they did the little unit kiss and then nowhere to go. The poor Puck.
And Mith-Trust, they're starting their dominance this game.
Yeah.
Wonderful rotations.
Yep.
And it's going to be a mechanism. That's not something I expected, but it's a good pickup. It's a very good pickup on the Razor.
You know, I feel like I should have guessed that because I've seen a Razor do this before.
Honestly, I didn't think it was going to pick it up because it's Lakel's.
Yeah.
I saw it, and I saw a headdress, and I was like, it's Lakel's. He's not buying a mechanism.
Yeah.
But he did. And it's good. If you're wanting some HP against if you want some tankability and you're a ranged hero, you don't want a Vanguard. A mechanism is the most EHP bang for its buck that you're going to get in the early game. So it's a good build.
Vanguard is awful.
On ranged heroes specifically.
Yes. In particular, yeah. It's just not good. I don't know.
I think it's actually still in Razor's suggested item build.
What? Oh, that's terrible.
There's a lot of bad builds.
Yeah, there's a lot.
For a while, Lone Druid's suggested starting item was a headdress, so...
I just love that Skeleton King has a rapier in his recommended. that just cracks me up. I mean, I guess he's well suited for it.
You got to ball out of control, man. It's the only way to
just
play.
Got to ball exactly.
It's the only way to play him.
Oh my Lanta. Yeah. No.
So they're pushing at this top. I think they're going to take this without any contesting.
Yeah, it's going to be easy peasy. Look at that. First tower falls in favor of MITH, and this graph really getting out of control. It's about 4,000 gold and experience in favor of the Dire. Oh man.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Moore not doing quite as well as he was doing last game.
Yeah,
he's already got a death to his name.
Life Stealer. He will rage. He takes doesn't take the EMP, but
the tornado's going to connect.
Oh no! There you go. Life Stealer. If you look at that net worth chart, he's their big breadwinner right now. If they shut him down a few more times, this is going to be very scary for the Radiant. Puck's in big trouble as well. TA wants to dive the tower, but won't man up on it. Interesting. Puck did have a Dream Coil, so probably the smart choice. Meanwhile, up top, Razor using the static link. Fiend's Grip comes out. Telekinesis to interrupt. And I think the three of them will escape. What? Puck inbound with a double damage rune. There's the Dream Coil. Oh no, Lakel's TNK. My friends, my comrades, you have fallen.
Lakel's really messed up there when he right-clicked a Nightmare target. He nightmared himself. Unless, did Rubik steal a Nightmare?
He didn't even use his mech.
I don't think Rubik doesn't have level 6 yet, so yeah, he nightmared himself.
Yeah. That was one of those when you just gotta say, you done fucked.
Yeah, you done messed up there. Yeah, that's what happened.
And he didn't mech. That's a double. Maybe he was out of mana. I didn't see that part, but the mech is still off cooldown, so just a little bit of a misplay. They've got a little bit of wiggle room here. Make a little dent in the gold graph. All the while, Sand King as well as Invoker pressuring the bottom tier 1 tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're going to try to come. The Nyx is going to try to defend this. Body TP's into the safe little tree line. They're pinging it out. They're going to try to defend this here. Lifestealer comes traipsing through the jungle.
Uh-oh. I don't know if they'll get here in time, though. The tower will go down.
Tornado?
Oh, connect on the Nyx, too. Bane. Fiend's Grip up in 21. Not quite yet, though. Sand King. He's taking some heavy damage, but he does get the epicenter off. That's enough to finish off Nyx. Does a fair amount of damage to the Puck as well. In comes the TA. That's a dead Fairy Dragon. And Life Stealer. He may make the escape. Clockwork is inbound. Cog's coming out. Great push, but not enough. Infest inside of the Clockwork. Buying him some time. Great telekinesis. Gets a double stun. Clock's in big trouble, though. The cold snap just too much.
They're going to take down the Lifestealer, too. They have enough damage.
Yeah, they've got the right clicks.
Oh, and they're going to go on the Rubik, too.
They're just steamrolling. Rubik out of mana. The Meld Strike.
God.
That's a 4-0, and they got the tower. Oh. Well, MITH looking good in Game 3.
You know, they corrected their mistakes from the last game. They realized that iDeal just had the better mid-game fighting lineup, and instead of trying to out-greed them this game like they tried to last game, they went for an early game fighting composition.
Yeah.
The Razor, the TA, the Invoker, 2 roaming supports.
Yeah. All right, guys. We got to have a conversation about Vanguard. It's going to be the next Morphling conversation. K-pop.
Okay, Vanguard's bad on ranged heroes because of the reduced block rate.
No, not just range. Let's go in general. Like,
no, I don't think Vanguard's that bad on general heroes.
Oh, you're a Vanguard sympathizer?
No, it depends.
Oh no,
Bristleback is okay.
Okay, Bristleback is the exception. I like it on Bristleback if you can get it early. If you can get it early. I don't like the mech first and then Vanguard at 25 minutes Bristle, which I did see earlier today.
No, I'm
not a big fan. It falls off. It doesn't get better with time.
Really hard.
The earlier you get it, the better it is.
Now, I honestly like. It's basically a Vanguard rush.
Yeah.
And that's really good.
All right, so it's good on Bristle.
It's good on Bristle. It's good on a couple of other heroes. If you're going Centaur, Vanguard's okay because it goes well with the return.
All right. I'd buy that. People got to start picking Centaur,
man.
but
it's situational, man. If you're having a bad game as Spectre, it's okay. It's obviously not good.
I mean, it's good against teams that have a lot of low or high instance, low damage. We got a big EMP connects with all 5. This Invoker. Oh my! Nyx Assassin does get picked off.
Oh, and the Fiend's Grip.
The devastation. Lifestealer is going to get completely crowd controlled by the Bane, but no! The Infest inside of the Clockwork. Oh, but Clockwork, you're in trouble, my friend. Razor. He's got plus 220 damage. The boot scoots. Come on, get him. There you go.
Oh, he's going to get a triple kill right clicking away.
Oh, my.
Okay, BBA got one of those kills.
Still very nicely done. Rubik. Oh, no. Ruby Tuesday, he's going to get caught inside the tornado. Oh, the Burrow Strike and the Plasma Field. Travolga. All right.
Lakells has his drums now. He is. Wow. He's just going to start. He's just going to continue.
Oh, meanwhile in the mid lane. Hey, Puck. See ya, Puck. This is a disaster. 17-3. It's about time.
They're going to go on. They're going on the Nyx as well. Lakells diving past the tower with no health.
I mean, EMP comes out.
Oh, if he doesn't have any mana for his mechanism. But he'll get away safely.
Oh, no. TA juked. Or did he just let him walk away? I don't know. That might have been a gift. Clockwork, hook shots, Lakells.
Oh, what a good
Sorry,
what a
pal.
good hook shot.
Yeah, again, no mana. But now Invoker, he's taking some damage. Another nice telekinesis. TA just laying into the Clockwork. Bane finishes off the Rubik. And I think Clockwork is in trouble here.
Maybe a kind of a fail 4-step there, but he kind of slammed his face into the screen door there.
Uh-oh, Epicenter. Oh, Puck jukes it. He does get the kill onto the Invoker, burns the Dream Coil. Now Lifestealer, he's running in. This ghoul is hungry. He wants some flesh.
Oh, no, he didn't throw it as illusory orb. No! Why did he face shift before throwing out the orb?
I'm going to quote Merlini here, the classic panic puck.
It was the panic puck.
That was a panic puck right there.
He face shifted before he threw out the orb. He could have gotten away.
That was the, oh shit, I better phase. Oh shit, I should have orbed. That's exactly what went through his head right there.
Oh,
maybe not exactly, but pretty close. Yeah. But 20-5, they get a couple of kills on the board. They're something, but I mean,
they're just feeding more and more kills to this team that just does so well in the mid game.
Yeah.
TA, Invoker, Razor. This is the start of when they're supposed to be really, really, really coming online.
I mean, just imagine,
and they've already been online for the last 7 minutes.
Just imagine if Lakells could have used his mechanism instead of being out of mana.
Gosh.
That would have been a totally different scenario right there.
And he's going to forego the drum and just go for an Aghanim Scepter.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with this. Well, okay, so the reason why you like
I'm okay with it too, man.
The reasons why you would want to go with the drum is that the lifesteal. Okay, and the TA has drum. Well, it's not bad to get double drum. Like some people think it's terrible to go double drum, but pro teams do it all the time.
I might be one of those people.
Pro teams.
It's not terrible. It's not that bad. The overlap really isn't that bad. No. I think it's okay if you really have 2 heroes where the drum is really good, but it's definitely not ideal. No. I would say it's not ideal.
But Razor's one of the heroes that I think is okay for a double jump.
Oh, yeah.
It's always good for you to have good max movement speed.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Here we go. Some initiation past the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Looks like iDeal want to get aggressive. They will get a kill on Sand King to get things rolling here. They also grab a kill on TA. Maybe some buybacks coming out. Both of them going buyback. Let's do this. And Sand King. Big Burrow Strike. They still haven't secured any kills. Bane has gotten picked off. They do get the Rubik now. And now they're on the back foot. They're going to move into Roche. Oh, gosh.
Probably not the best decision.
Clockwork.
But the Puck's going to come in.
Puck. Oh, no. Puck and big face shift actually mitigates a lot of damage. Clockwork won't be quite so lucky. I'm not sure why Puck hopped into that one. Oh, Nyx. Look how brave. The bravery. He wanted that kill, but now he's in trouble. He's got no out. He's got brown boots. That was a... Nyx needs to...
This is not ideal.
Hit the calculator. This is not ideal. No, certainly not. So yeah, drums is okay. Anyway, the whole thing about Vanguard.
It's just bad on. Just don't get it on range heroes.
Don't get it on range
heroes.
heroes.
Mech is more EHP.
Yes.
In a discussion.
See, but that's my whole point. Like, very few instances I think Vanguard is better than Mech. I mean, if you already have a Mech, like if you're a Spectre and you're doing so shitty that you have to get a Vanguard, I feel like you already lost.
I've seen
you know,
players like EE go Radiance Vanguard.
Yeah, Radiance into Vanguard. What is that about?
Well, I mean, EE's like kind of the king of like being a good player, going for some questionable item builds, but He likes to be, you know, ahead of the curve at times, and it's
He's
if
edgy.
you're gonna go
I like
Radiance,
that.
the whole point is to have sustained team fights anyway.
Yeah.
So
Well, why not just
and
like you have a
Vanguard-
Radiance, you can farm. Why not just pull for a heart at that point, or get the Sang and Yang?
So, I mean,
that I'm not a
sometimes
fan
you
of.
also want some additional damage,
Yeah.
and a Vanguard gives you a lot of VHP for someone like Spectre because
Yeah.
it stacks with the damage reduction. So
Spectre, yeah, that's true. Spectre's another one, but
there's a lot of action going on still.
yeah,
Okay,
they're-
why is-
basically iDeal's getting scraped. Let me sum it
Why
up
is
for you.
iDeal still trying to fight?
They're in Hail Mary mode, man. They're trying to, I don't know, they're trying to get some kills. It's their last game of the tournament. They're trying to have some fun. I
I mean, maybe, but
I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're not benefiting from these
they're in a
fights.
mid-game fighting lineup, yes, but you're so far behind.
I mean, Lifestealer. Look at Lifestealer's items.
And
He has a Midas.
this
Why
gonna
is
be,
he
It's going to be a
fighting?
double kill for Lakells.
Maybe.
He's probably not. I don't know if he can catch up, but he's got. Yep, he's going to get slowed.
Scooting.
And there's
Oh!
gonna be a little too into a hook shot. Maybe a little bit too far.
And that will proc the Aegis. Lakells, he's coming back up. Cogs will come down just in the nick of time. Ultimate coming up.
Radiant's bottom
The
tower
melt
is
strike
under
from the
attack.
Rubik.
Wait, is his ult still up? If Razor uses his ult and then procs an Aegis, it doesn't get rid of his ult?
No, it doesn't. That's why Razor's an extremely good.
That's
Aegis carrier.
crazy.
Yeah,
I
it
never
sticks
knew
around.
that. I'm showing my noobness here, but that's craziness.
Well, you don't see a whole lot of Razor,
No, we really don't.
and his Ags is done.
That's awesome.
As soon as he buys it. Oh, he's going to get engaged upon, though.
Yep, in comes the Dream Coil.
Can Hardsey save him? No! But he will clean up the Lifestealer.
Yes, and a buyback from the Invoker. Also, the Radiant Courier gets picked off. Bane falls, but this TA, man, she is just rolling down the hill, picking up more momentum. And, uh-oh, maybe we found the counter to the Avalanche. Uh-oh, in comes the Epicenter. It's a suicide Epicenter, but he cleans it up.
Oh.
Only 2 left alive. Puck, this time he used the orb first, but... Ooh, he'll blink and Puck. Okay, Puck lives. So some chaos down here, but yeah, MITH.
Let's talk about this double Ogre Club on Templar Assassin.
Radiant's
fuck?
bottom tower is under attack.
What's going on with that?
I think one of them's a BKB.
Okay.
I don't think the other one's a Sanj. I would hope not. It's an awkward. It's kind of awkward. Like, okay, so the new build for TA, like what you're used to seeing on TA, is what? Blink Deso.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the recent trend has kind of been going away from that and going for more
Radiant's
BKB
top tower
Yasha,
is under
drum
attack.
BKB Yasha, this early fighting TA, because you do a lot of damage just with meld strikes, just with side blades. And you don't even actually need to have amazing positioning, so you just get phase and drum. That's usually enough positioning. You don't need the blink.
Yeah.
But I don't know what this other Ogre Club is for.
Maybe it was a misclick. Maybe he like bought like in one of those fights. He's like, all right, I get back, just, and then he already like ported
Maybe.
back. Then was just like, oh crap. Well, now I'm stuck with it.
I think he's going Ags. No, he sold it. He sold the Ogre Club.
Yep. So it was a misclick. Yeah, there you go. That answers that.
Boom, there
And
it
the
goes.
mid Invoker, he's ghost walked.
I love the footprints.
Yeah.
Oh, and the puck is just going to get exploded.
Yeah. Puck gets juiced and
You died
Um,
on Temple's
yeah.
death.
Oh, Puck will buy back though.
Eyes to
Okay.
see.
Nyx taking some damage. Clockwork taking some damage as well. Clockwork will fall. Nyx, you're dusted. You're in big trouble.
Lakells with an Ags and a haste rune is really scary.
Yeah, it is. The Kells in general is pretty scary.
Yes, he is. It's just a scary
You know,
man.
I think you know that you've casted with somebody maybe too much when like
Radiant's middle
you're not
tower
casting
is
with them
under
and you
attack.
still hear their sound bites in your head. Like I saw him ghost walk. I was just thinking of the last thing Merlini said about ghost walk invokers. Like, man, anytime I see an invoker with ghost walk, I'm just like, this guy's such a pussy. He just needs to man up and not use ghost walk. I just thought that was hysterical. I mean, come on.
I like Ben's opinion on like the way to play some heroes. He's like,
Yeah, he's
dude,
like, come on, man, what are you doing with Ghost Walk? Like, I mean, it's not that bad, dude. It's 100 seconds of invisibility. It's not that bad. I see where you're coming from, but still, it's okay.
it's like Ben's opinion on playing Puck without Blink Dagger. Oh, and they're just gonna continue to clean
Wait,
up.
what is his opinion on Puck without Blink Dagger?
I'll tell you in a second. After the fight,
Rubik, yeah, he's dead.
ugh,
Nyx, he's dead
and
too.
this is the game.
It's over.
Honestly, it's been over for the last 10 minutes.
38 to 12. Lifestealer did manage to get a Desolator, but I mean, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, minus Deso phase, like when there's this much fighting going on, is not a good
Like that
decision.
last game, I think made this build that it's the exact same build that he's trying to do, and I think last game made that build look a lot better than it is. It's good if you can get away with it, but if you don't have free farm, get a couple of kills fed your way, you're just so squishy.
Right.
You can't get up in their face to do it. You have no stats. You
Well,
have
the
no
other game,
attack
they were
speed.
the less greedy team.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it was okay to go for this crazy, you know, really greedy build.
Yeah.
But
Here,
this game they were fighting from level level 3 they were fighting.
24 minutes, we've got over 50 kills.
Right.
This isn't a Midas game. This isn't.
We were wanting some C Dodo.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm talking from the perspective of all Nake's the life stealer here. So all right, what is Merlini's take on Puck without blink?
Merlini thinks you should, like, anytime you watch him play Puck, he usually goes like Midas bots, and he doesn't get blink.
What?
Because he thinks that if you can play Puck without blink dagger, you're a really, really good Puck player.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he told me
it
that.
makes you really good. If you can play Puck without blink, it makes you a better Puck player in general.
Is it kind of like
and you
MMA
still, like,
fighters?
if you're playing in like legitimate games, you should still use blink.
So it's like
but it's
MMA
like-
fighters training with weights, and then before you fight, you take the weights
Kind
off.
of. I
you know?
guess. I guess that's his idea.
Yeah. Okay. Rubik, he's gonna get juice. Epicenter, that'll juice. There's just juice everywhere.
There's all juice all on the deck.
Yeah. There's like it's like
Look else, he's just gonna clean up.
somebody bought a 6-pack of high C and then just jumped on it.
Look else is 14 and 3.
Radiant's top tower.
He hasn't even had to
Yeah.
farm this game. He's got 90 last hits. It doesn't matter. He's just farming heroes.
I mean, honestly, look
He's
at the
farming heroes with a mech Ags.
like this is just. Oh god, just look at the KDA chart. 15-3 and 8, 11-2 and 23, then 8-2 and 18. There you go. GG. GG. Oh
Is it-
shit, they
is-
didn't say
Top tower
GG.
is
Fuck.
under
Oh god. That's so embarrassing. I didn't even read it.
Wow. Okay, that is the GG. I didn't. You.
I hope I didn't initiate that. That was a total accident. That was so BM. Dude, I saw the text and I literally was just like,
Dude.
oh good, they GG. This was actually
Andrew.
like fun to cast.
Andrew.
It's over.
My magics.
No GG.
Andrew.
It's way too late.
Dude.
All right, guys. Disclaimer: I've been casting for going on 10 hours now.
My God, man.
That was so bad.
Just in general.
Oh god. Well.
Just in general.
Oh, like Xbox. She's like, what bad? It's over. I misread. I misread. Looks like they will GG out. I literally I did that thing where I saw the text rolling, then I looked over at you and was just like, all right, GG, let's move on. And then, oh wait, it's not over. All right, GG. I'll set a smiley face for good measure. What? That's not even the smiley face.
Man.
Oh my
Struggle.
god, I gotta give up. All right, new rule:
struggling,
Zayori no longer types.
Just don't use all chat, man. Just don't use all chat.
Oh god. Well,
The game was over.
it was more than over at that point. I mean, to be fair, in my defense, come on,
The
44
game
to 14.
It was completely over.
Funsies though, different series. GG. All right, so we have, well, technically 2 more best of 3s coming up. 1 more that we'll be casting, and then our mysterious guest caster will be stepping in. I don't know who it is, but I really can't remember his name. It's someone I've never heard of before. LD told me, and I said, oh, cool, you got somebody.
You know
And
what
then
it sounds like?
if you said it, I might remember.
I don't know who it was any more than you do. Ellie didn't tell me.
Well, shit, I hope he gave somebody this guy's contact info. So anyway, guys, yeah, we've got the next series coming up. Coming up next will be I think coming up next is the, quote, rest of SEA region. And it will be Team Feed versus Team Nasion. So it should be interesting. We'll be back, guys. Enjoy the break. More Dota coming your way.